What's up, MMO fans? This is Alexlexus coming at you again, and you're gonna be seeing a lot of installments of these mini shorts. So I'm gonna try and designate a title for anything that is associated with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So probably by the next episode of this, you'll see a little something on it. But in the meantime, I wanted to address a couple of things that I've been reading. And I also want you, the NMO audience, to get involved. So whenever you see these videos, if there's something that you want me to bring up in the next installment of the NMO show, the best thing to do is to send it to me via PM so that I can address it right there, you know what I mean? And then just, you know, I'll put your name and all that, give you a shout out. I like to do name dropping. And, you know, just try to make sure that you guys feel involved since, you know, as of late, the views have been going through the roof. So I do, you know, appreciate you guys giving NMO the support. So I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. I mean, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. We already know what's going on with the DLC, the net coding and all that. So, I mean, I already addressed it in the last video. But more and more as I'm playing the game, there's some things that are bugging me. Alright? But this one's from Shinwar, okay? He and I are pretty much kind of neck and neck right now. We're trying to get mastery of the game and everything. And the one thing that tends to happen, and it's been said before, the timeouts. That is a no-go. You got some freaking scrubs out there who are relying solely on that and beating players. Like, for instance, I was at, like, my BPs were like 2,500 or better, and I lost like 300 points based off of time, like, alone. You know what I mean? Like, they got the rolento and the Vega, and then they got the speed gems, and they're jumping all over the place, and I'm like, alright, really? Like, I wish you can turn the time off so that it's like, hey, fight to the finish. It's not like the game is allowing for 2 people to be killed off, since you only have to KO 1 guy. You know, it's not like the fight is going to go grossly over time or anything. But, I mean, that timeout thing is really messing things up. You know, hopefully, you know, Capcom is hearing us in terms of this. Because right now, you know, they're all ears considering, you know, the mistakes that they've made. But, yeah, the timeouts have to be addressed because it's killing. Like, you got, like, zoning characters, you got Raven. I mean, when did time over become something that's normal practice? I mean, it happens about a good 40% of the battles that you'll take place in, and you'll be sitting there like raging out. Like, I can show you some replays that have me like have my blood at a boil. But you got Raven, Dalsim. I mean, like, just solely relying on that, and it doesn't take much skill at all. Even though you got the Tekken characters that can do like the evasive maneuvers, like Paul with his knee, and Jin, Kazuya with their dashing in, Nina with the dashing. It's still not enough. You know what I mean? Considering that these guys, I don't know. Also, maybe it's just me, but Zangeif and Hugo, their grabbing and their walk down is a bit much. I mean, I know that they reduced the throw box and all, but I mean, that kind of separated the advantage, and it made it where, like, Hugo, I mean, I'll be honest with you, if those of you want to get points off of me, use Hugo. I don't know how to fight him. I mean, he's just, I mean, at Third Strike it was a different story, but here he's just like a beast. I'm like, what the heck? How do I, you know, effectively throw the guy when the guy, if you do the 360 motion with the jab, which has increased range, is gonna beat your grab out every time. It's like, wow. I don't know. Also, without I did promise that I wasn't gonna go into beating the dead horse with the DLC, but Capcom's made reference to, they had the content of Brian Fury, Lars, Elisa, Elena, Dudley, Lei Wulong, and whoever else I'm missing. They have it on the disc for compatibility reasons. Okay. Now, I don't think that's just no. For compatibility reasons, they kept it on the disc. But instead of doing it like that, just have a catalog, just like they did for Super Street Fighter 4 when you had the outfits that weren't on the disc. In fear of people not being able to view them. Hey, at a later time when the Vita version comes out, they could have made it where you download the catalog, which are all the characters, so that everybody can view them and work it from there instead of putting them on the disc like that. It's just, and I remember, and most of you know that I used to main Blanca, right? It was a disappointment to me when I'm like, oh man, the guy's not finished. This is why he hasn't been put in the original roster. Then you're seeing the videos, and the guy is indeed complete. Like, what is that? I mean, damn. I don't know. But moving on to another topic that was brought on by Demizzle. I was talking to him about, Capcom's outing with what's been going on. Now, don't get me wrong, I kind of feel bad for Capcom right now because I don't think all of this was intentional. But then again, it's like, you're taking $60 from us. You have to deliver. You know what I mean? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're standing before a judge, it's like either you did the crime and you pay for it, or you're gonna bitch and complain and nothing's gonna get done about it. You're still gonna pay the fine. I mean, it's kind of, Capcom has been doing so well before, and then, we have to also recognize that, hey, you know what? All companies are going to make a mistake, and it doesn't justify them making such a huge mistake with this game because it should have been thoroughly tested. I mean, a couple of things prior to release, we should have known about it. Like, they should have said, all right, there will be some bugs. The 360 version won't have couch co-op for online. I mean, these things, I think the fans would have been able to just say, all right, you know what? As long as we know these issues exist now, don't just sell it to us with us thinking that we're going to have the stellar experience and we're not getting it. It should work right out of the box. Right out of the box. So, Demizzle was saying, oh yeah, you know what, at some point Capcom should do like a recall so they can work on the game. I don't think that's going to happen considering that they put so much into this. You can tell. I mean, even though in some ways like you don't see a scoring system in this game, it's just like you fight. I'm like, But in terms of like the detail and the backgrounds, I mean, you see the effort. And I respect the effort. But there's certain things that should have been addressed prior to release, and Demizzle's like, what if they had like a huge recall or whatever? Even I saw something on I forget the guy's name. He was saying, well, if they either recall it or the 360 owners who got screwed on the couch co-op, which they said that they weren't going to fix, the 360 owners should be compensated for that loss with something else because you're paying the same price for the PS3 version and the 360 version, and the PS3 has more stuff, or it has that feature that people were thinking they were going to get. So I don't know. That's something. And then in terms of my final point, the stability trade-off, the sound stability and latency trade-off thing, I don't know about that. I don't buy it because, again, I'm going to go back to Halo, Call of Duty that support more players on screen doing things, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, you can go into free for all or ground war. You can do, what is this, territories, capture the flag and all that, and you hear a lot of gunfire going off. You got a lot of stuff happening, a lot of calculations going. You only have 6 players to be responsible for in a lobby. You got the 4 players who are actually fighting, and then you have the 2 spectating. And this is, mind you, in Super Street Fighter 4, you can have up to 8 people, but they took 2 people slot out, and it's just 6 players in a lobby. I don't get it. Why can't they make it work? again, I had said it in another video and on one of the forums. If you guys can't handle it on that side of the netcode or the netcoding portion of it, hire somebody on the outside if you can't get it done. Look at what Konami did when Metal Gear Solid Rising, or the title Metal Gear Solid Raiden something, I forget the original name. Konami wasn't getting it done. Kojima didn't like what he saw. So guess what he did? He went outside, went to Platinum Games, responsible for Bayonetta, and shades of the original Devil May Cry team, part of the Platinum Games crew. And hey, we can't do it. Can you guys do it for us? Hell, I mean, considering what they've done with the Devil May Cry thing, my only gripe with the Devil May Cry is Dante doesn't look the same. However, the gameplay looks good, and guess what? Capcom went outside to get that work done. So why couldn't they? I'm not saying to outsource Street Fighter and have somebody else do it. No, I'm just saying a certain aspect of the game, have somebody else work on it if you can't get it done. I mean, it'll make you guys look a lot better instead of like, all right, we're Capcom, we're the mighty Capcom. Not looking so mighty right now, you know what I mean? Like, don't be like Kobe Bryant and trying to ball hog and then you miss the shot and everybody's looking at you cross-eyed. And which brings me to another point. I wonder what Harada-san and the Tekken guys are thinking about what's been surfacing in the news. So that's all I got for you, NMO fans. Anything you want me to cover, just send it to me in the YouTube PM, or you can put it in the comments below, because again, I want you guys involved in this. So this is another installment of, I guess, the Street Fighter Cross Tekken radar or something. I'm gonna come up with a clever name. I'll confer with the NMO staff. But let me know what you guys think on the topics that I covered today. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check us out on the Facebook. The website gets updated from time to time. I've been kind of busy as of late, but continue to show us your support. I want to thank the Focus Attack group on Facebook. I'm going to continue to put the videos out there on your wall. Tough Nerd Toys LLC. Shout out to you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode of the NMO Show. Peace.